the old VHF handheld radio, I bought a new antenna. So thought I'd put it on the charger so I could test it out this weekend. Another fine morning in January 2021. It's cold, and I think it's actually colder inside the boat than outside, so I imagine it got pretty cold last night. The weather said it got down below freezing. Checked the batteries, they're holding well, so I don't see any problem there. I threw the charger on anyway just because I hooked up the shore power when I came here. But today I want to check back on something that we looked at a while ago, and that's the fuel tank. And I'm going to go and check that spot under the fuel tank again to see if any diesel is accumulating there. I really hope not. I really hope that after I cleaned it off last time that that was the end of it. And these glasses are way too dark for that. I would go swap these out. And I just realized that I forgot to bring the radio that I put on the charger, so I was going to test it with the other radio. Or I could bring this radio home, I suppose. I'll do one or the other. It's good to arrive and find the cover still intact, and looks like there's no problems with it today. Okay. Here's our fuel tank. Alright, I'm seeing something that's making me unhappy. Pink in the bilge here. So let's soak some of it up. Can't get my hand down there very well. Then we smell it. Well, it's awfully cold, but I do think it smells like diesel. You know what? I'm going to take this rag though. Oh, I'm going to get out of this hole. Whew. All right. I'm going to save this. So my father's coming down. I'll have him smell it without telling him where I got it, and see if he identifies it as diesel. It's cold. It's hard to smell anything. I can always put it in my car too and let it warm up. Maybe I'll do that. I'll get a second sample and do that. All right, now I have two samples. My father hasn't arrived yet, so I'll put one in the car. Once again, a beautiful day in Portland, Connecticut. It's January 8th, 2021. And standing here, the world looks peaceful. All right, so I cleaned up that puddle that had the water with diesel in it. And we'll have to check back a few more times over the winter and see if it reaccumulates. There is a pocket down there, maybe you can see it. It's kind of pink water. Way down there past the transmission. I can't get to it. But when the boat was operating in the, going through waves and whatnot, water from there could have sloshed up here and got caught in this little ridge there. Right there where I'm shining now. I'll turn the light away from it to give it better exposure. And then a little bit of water catches there, makes a little puddle. So that could be why there was diesel fuel in the in that puddle. But now that the boat is stationary, nothing should accumulate there at all, hopefully, but especially not with diesel fuel in it. So we'll check back on this and see how it is over time. Now looking at this area from the other side, there's the propeller shaft. This hose, you might have noticed from the previous video with the chafe protection on it, comes up here and goes to this. It connects to this piece here from the manifold. There's double clamps on it. One of those clamps was off and slid all the way down there, but my father noticed it, thankfully, and we put it back up and tightened it up. And the other one, although not loose, it wasn't exactly tight either. Was able to take a couple of partial turns to get really snug. So that's good. I wouldn't want that to fall off during the operation of the boat. Okay, I didn't get much done. I'm freezing. I'm getting out of here for today. Working in the cold weather isn't bad as long as, like, when you're trying to crawl around in a space, if you can get down to your sweatshirt level, it's not so bad. But this coat's very thick. It's very warm, but it's hard to maneuver around in small places. And I'm just cold. My feet are cold. My hands are cold. Everything's cold. So that's it for today. So I got a new toy. It's a little camera that I can snake inside of things and look. First job for this thing is to look inside the water heater. So this is the inside of the water tank. All I recognize is the two elements, if element is the right word. The one right here is where the engine hot water comes in and goes around. It's like that horseshoe-shaped one. And then the other small one, right at the bottom of the screen, right there, that's the one that's the electric element. So the one that goes around right there, the one that goes around is the hot water from the engine. The small one is the electrical element. Now, as far as all this junk on the sides of the tank, I'm not really sure what I'm looking at. So I'm going to need some interpretation from an expert. But my main question is this thing salvageable? Since this camera has no microphone, and I really don't have any licensed music to play in the background for you, I will try to entertain you as I can. That's probably enough of that. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing. Any comments, questions, or concerns, please leave it in the comment section below. Thank you. See you next time.